How's it going? So, basically you can do anything that you want to do, and you probably should do this because the worst thing that could ever happen is having that feeling of regret. So, the things that I regret the most are the things that, or the fact that I didn't do what I wanted to do at the time when I thought about it. So, if you're not going to be able to start, then you're not going to be able to start. So when you have that plan in mind, the only thing that you have to do is to simply just do it, and whatever comes out of it is going to be whatever comes out of it, because it's all about that initiation and starting and being on the actual journey. So if you have that power, this is how you develop it. So if not now, then when? Because the power of now is very potent, because now is current, and a current is energy, is actually electricity. So so when you do something now, you're doing it with the currency of right now. And what you know with every currency is that we use it for trade and for exchange. So when you do something currently, it has power, potency, because it's a currency. So this currency is something that you use to exchange for goods and services. So this is a resource or a commodity that you exchange for other resources, commodities, goods, or services. So if you want to get those services, resources, and commodities, you need a currency. So this currency is now. This currency is current. So what you have to do is to use the power of your currency, the power of now. And if you do it now, then you'll be able to see so many things that are not available to a person who is not on the journey. Once you start, you're gonna discover certain things that you wouldn't have seen if you weren't on this journey. There's this poem called "The Conference of the Birds," where these birds see a feather of a phoenix, and this feather is so luminous, it's glowing, it's so bright, and they are in a world that seems so dark compared to that feather. So they have this conference of the birds, and 1,000 birds come. Birds of different sizes, birds of different colors, small birds, big birds, clever birds, and dumb birds. All of them come, and then they just gather around, and then they are like, guys, we have to find the source of this feather. We have to. So they all decide, 1,000 of these birds all decide that, all right, we have to find this phoenix so that we can bring light to the world. So they embark on a journey to find this other bird. So they fly so high that they're in different terrains, different situations. They're not used to. So in this hardship, they discover that, all right, maybe this is not worth it anymore. So some of them stop along the way, and then they just fly in a different direction. Like, all right, guys, I can't. So from 1,000 birds, we're left with only 30 birds who actually complete the quest. So on this quest, they discover that the feather that they're looking for is actually the journey or the quest. The feather that they're looking for is actually only found because they're still on the journey. The feather they're looking for is consistency. The feather they're looking for is success, which is to do something successively. The feather that they're looking for, that they've embarked on this journey for, is within everybody. So this is what the 30 birds discover from 1,000. So a lot of people are going to hear a message or have an idea. They're going to have the greatest plan. A lot of people are, but many are called, few are chosen, because it's only a few who see it through. It's only a few who actually go through the pain and harbor the discomfort and use that and use whatever is there in that journey as ammunition. Only a few. So most of the people are gonna have an idea and keep it, or have an idea, do it here, do it once, do it twice, do it thrice. That's it. But it's only 30 or 3% that is actually gonna do it, or 0.3% or 0.03%. This is why 1% of the wealth is with the 1% have all of the wealth. This is the reason why, because a lot of people have ideas and they just daydreams, and the world is structured in a way that people who have ideas are taught to conform to the system, because if everyone who has an idea actually gets to fulfill it, it means that they have to go through a lot of challenges. So these challenges are going to develop a certain type of person. So through this is where you get to see actually what it calls for, and you get to discover yourself even more. You get a more profound understanding of who you are, what you're capable of. But this is a necessary journey, because if you get to the end of your life and you're asking yourself why you didn't do it, it's gonna sting. It's not gonna be the pleasant answer. It's not gonna be something that you're like, all right, yeah, I should have, would have, and I could have. But you're gonna ask yourself like, why didn't I do it? Why I should have done that. So when you're at the end of the road, you're gonna see that life is all about time, and the people who you're worried about today don't really matter in the grand scheme of things, because everyone only has one life, and through this one life, everyone has to express themselves in a very short space of time. So the best thing you could do is to just do it, and whatever happens, at least like you've used yourself up. There's a story about when people are going to heaven, and then they see the archangel. Peter is now an angel, so he's just by the door, right? And he's just asking people, for you to get in, we don't need money, we don't need any sacrifices, but I just need to see your scars. So the guy in front of this guy gets in, like, yeah, show me your scars. And then he shows Peter some scars all over his body, so scarred and stuff like that. And then it's time for another guy. So the guy who is there, like, he's like, hey, all right, you're next, come. And then he goes to the gate and like, hey, show me your scars. He's like, no, I don't have any scars. I'm clean. I did everything safe. I don't have any scars. So I'm clever, right? Like, no. You should have scars, because there's always something to fight for. So you don't get to go in. So you have to go back and fight for something until you figure that out. You have to come here with scars. So this is what the adage says, like, blessed are the cracked, for they let in the light. So these cracks or these imperfections are gonna be what let in the light. So don't be afraid to do things imperfectly. Don't be afraid to do that. But the only thing is, just do it, because while you're doing it, you're just gonna find your own rhythm. This is what it's all about. Because when you have a song, and when you have like a few notes, like da da da, like, you only get to get the melody from it. You only get to get the momentum from it, the enjoyment from the music, when it's consistent, when it's actually drawn out, when it's actually spelled out, when it actually goes on for more than a few notes. So this is how you actually find a rhythm in yourself, and how you find your own music, your own place, and your own ideas. This is the only way that you can actually express them. So if not now, then when? If not now, really, then when are you going to do it? Because life is moving fast. So I still feel the same way I felt when I was young, so I know that time is just an illusion. What really matters is the moments that you take. Like, you have to take your opportunities, and everyone gets opportunities in due time, which is an illusion. So everyone always has an opportunity, because when you know that time is an illusion, you know that your opportunity is right now. So don't be afraid to start from the bottom. Don't be afraid to just start, because if you don't start now, then there won't be a tomorrow. Time is an illusion. Tomorrow never comes. So just start today, and don't procrastinate, because once you start, you have to continue. Once you do something today, then you're already doing something. You're actually doing more than 80% of the people. But once you're consistent, then in that little group of 20%, you have to be in the top 20% of that 20%. So this is the fractal nature of the universe, that when you reach a different stage, there are gonna be different challenges, different battles. But if not now, then when? Like, you have to do it right now and just say enough is enough. I'm not gonna waste any more time, any more energy, or any more on deliberating on how I should perfectly do this. Let me wait for everything to be perfect and then I'll start doing this. No, if not now, then when are you gonna do it? You just have to do it right now. And the power of now is the currency, is the strength, is the current of energy, the surge of electricity. So find this electricity right now and just do it, because you don't really have anything to lose. If you lose, then at least you've gained the experience of how to lose. If you don't do it, you'd have nothing. You have no experience, you have no journey, you have no story, you have nothing. And if you actually win, you get that satisfaction. But there is no way to lose, because you're either going to win or you're going to learn. This is how it's set up for you, for everyone. But chances are it's only a matter of time until you win. So if not now, then when? Just do it. Just do it.